Hello, guys. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Richa. So, first of all, audio check, please. Say in the chat if you can hear me well. Please, please tell me if the audio is good before I begin. I don't want to keep talking and there is no audio at the end of it. Oh, okay. Awesome. Okay, how do I go all in? First question is from Richa. What should I do when everyone says that? Okay, so going all in and how many times does not work together. Going all in is a decision, first and foremost. And secondly, how do you do that? You do that by uh, persisting in your assumption. For example, uh, you want to get a job and you get rejected, right? Now, going all in would mean that you would say that, okay, I got rejected, but that does not matter because that's not my chosen reality. I've already chosen that I've got this job, so it doesn't matter. I already have it. For example, if somebody wants to get married and their mother or some friend will say, oh, why are you not married yet? What's going on with you? All this stuff, how family members say. So at that moment, you may have whatever conversation with them just to get them away from you. But at the end of the day, in your mind, you say that, but I'm already married. So this 3D is the old reality, the old version of me that is playing out, so I don't have to give it any legitimacy. So you just simply let it be and you inwardly still say that you are in your desired reality. This is how you go all in. There is no specific method where you need to imagine or affirm. Basically, whenever 3D shows you something opposite of what you want, you say inwardly that I am in my desired reality, and you give it a different meaning. You say, but I already have what I want, so it doesn't matter what is being shown to me. The great example of me buying a flat in Russia was I did not get money in Russia on time, and the 3D showed me that I will not be able to buy the house. But inwardly, I said, but I already have the flat, so it doesn't matter what the 3D is showing. 3D is the old concept of self that you have. So you starve it by not giving it any more attention, and you inwardly align with your new desired reality. Okay, what is the best way to get out of that? Okay, Kathy, uh, I will give you this self concept side of things, not the financial advice. Basically, when you're in debt, you got to understand that that's an old version of you that was in scarcity mindset, and that was survival mode in which you made certain choices that no longer benefit you. So now, what you should do is picture yourself having a certain amount of money in your account. That means your debt is already paid and now you have a surplus of money. For example, if you have $50,000 debt, you should imagine yourself imagining that you have, like, for example, $20,000 or 50K as savings in your account, and you have paid your debt and you feel so free and you feel so abundant, and carry this fragrance of your new reality with you. And whenever you see the debt, you say, oh, that's the old reality, and I'm just dealing with the last shadows remaining of the old identity that I no longer am in. So when you deal with the bills, you say, good thing I have so much money in the bank. Mentally, you don't check in the 3D. You say, good thing I have so much money in the bank. Good thing I am so abundant. Good thing more money is flowing my way. Now you're building a new self concept in inwardly. So you don't need to check in the outside world, but you gotta imagine and feel and see your desired reality in your imagination. You should not be, I am in debt, I am debt, how do I pay off this debt? No, you're gonna say, but I have this much money in savings account. I'm so abundant, I'm so free, I feel so free, I feel so uh, I feel light as a, whatever feelings, feeling of relief, satisfaction will come with this sort of situation. So you gotta embody that feeling. Okay. Good evening, Jenny. Impossible, manifesting the impossible. What do you mean by that, Kokar? What do you mean by the impossible? Because I need more information in what do you mean by that. Okay, Christine, manifestation queen Christine. You do not check with the 3D. The moment you check with the 3D, you are saying that you are not in your desired reality. You see, it's a slippery slope. The moment you check, you have already changed your state of being into somebody who is checking. So never check in the 3D, because that's a pitfall. That's the pitfall of the old identity trying to pull you back in the old version of who you used to be. So when you say that you have something, it's in mental, it's in imagination, it's in your fourth dimensional self, it's in your spiritual self, it's in your God self. It is not here. Here is all old reality playing out. So the moment you check it, you solidify the old reality. So you got to stop checking. That's very difficult for us to do, but that's what persistence is. That's what faith and persistence is, that Neville Goddard, Florence Kovachin, and all these amazing teachers talked about. That's all that is. So manifesting things out of thin air. You see, the problem with manifesting magical things is our own limiting beliefs. First of all, we believe in time as humans. We believe in time, right? So we condition anything that we want, which is impossible looking, with time. Like, I am manifesting this much money tomorrow. Now, when you say tomorrow, you have put so much, you have involved time in it, and then you feel the resistance about it. So never put time in your manifestation. Whatever you want, just say that you already have it. And when it's gonna arrive, how it's gonna arrive is not up to you. Universe may bring it to you tomorrow, or it may bring it to you in, let's say, 3 weeks. But it's gonna play out perfectly how it is intended by the all, the infinite intelligence, the universal mind. The thing is, when we condition it, uh, usually the impossible things are included with time, or something like people want to manifest a pet that die, somebody dealing with somebody's death. Death and time are two impossible things that people often worry about. But death is one thing that it's a spiritual bypass of spiritual passing of a soul. That's their uh, decision to leave this earth. So that's not up to us to bring them back or try to grapple with. But in your reality, um, you should they have just passed away into another world, and you can access that. There are various ways by that. But usually what people say, what is impossible, seems impossible, is it's dealing with time. So do not consider time at all. The moment you consider time, you get out of the now moment, you get out of fulfillment, and then you like, if it doesn't manifest tomorrow, then manifestation doesn't work, it's all hogwash, it doesn't work, it's all a lie. So when you say you have something, you imagine as if you have right now, in imagination, in your fourth dimensional self, that you have it. And then how it's gonna come about in the 3D, that's up to the universal mind. And once you have something in the now moment, you would be surprised at how fast some things come out of thin air. It has happened. There are so many success stories by people, and I have manifested some things out of, you would say, out of thin air, like in a couple of days, in a day or 2 days, like that. For example, a few $1,000s I imagined one day before, and next day I received that money out of thin air, seemingly from a person I never thought I would receive. So Peter Mini Omi. That's a funny username. So yeah, yes, you do not. If the offer is coming that you do not like, that means that's not your end. You keep going with your flow and imagine whatever your imagination is. Like, are you seeing 25K in the account, or what is there some celebration after that? Whatever you are doing, keep doing that and embody that state that is already done. Don't even consider the 20K offer, because you've already established that you have 25K in your possession, because the house is already sold. So that's a done deal. So embody that state. Don't think that it needs to be sold and I am trying to make it sold. No, it's already sold. You already have it in your possession, in mind. And so embody that state. You're welcome. Rare Chester, much love. Much I appreciate your love. Thank you. Hi Nida, welcome from Pakistan. So more questions. Want to ask you government job manifestation. So you are not selected. That's the 3D showing you the last. How would you say, your old identity is trying to push you back, that you are not selected. Don't accept it. Don't accept the rejection. Inwardly say that I am selected, I have the job. Whatever show, like uh, what would be your end after you have the job? Picture that in mind. Whatever that end feels like to you, picture that. Don't accept the rejection. It may not, they might revise the list. Somebody might drop out from the list because they don't want that job, and they may consider you, right? You don't know that. So do not accept the rejection. Inwardly in mind, already accept, already go to the end, whatever it implies for you, and imagine that. Power Builder 101. uh, Revision works this way, right? First of all, the thing that I talk about a lot in my uh, videos is that there are infinite parallel realities in the mind of God. Everything exists as a potential, right? And your past exists because you remember it as an imaginal act. There is no physical past that you can go to, right? It's an imaginal act. So you can choose a completely different parallel reality where that past did not happen. How revision works is it does not change your past. It shifts you to a new reality where that past does not exist. For example, there is a story by one of the Neville Goddard's success story by a woman who had some spine issue, and she had this chronic debilitating pain in her spine or something like that. And she remembers the event when she was a child. She was swinging on a swing and she fell down from the swing, and that is the moment when she got that injury. So Neville Goddard asked her to use revision and revise that swinging event in imagination and keep swinging, and then safely land from the swing and no accident happened. So this is how she did it. And after a few months, with a seeming miraculous way, this woman's back pain was gone with no added procedure or nothing. So she was shifted into a new reality where the past did not even exist. The the fall from the swing did not exist. So we are not changing the past. First of all, there is no changing the past. Everything exists always and it always will exist. What you do is you shift from that reality to a new reality by remembering your past in the way you like it. So, whatever happened, revise it in a way that suits you, that you like, and embody that feeling and imagine it before sleep. A very small scene, 10 to 15-second scene, where what you don't like, you revise it the way you like it. And then whatever the consequences of that past event are in your life right now will be seamlessly removed from your situation, and you will feel like you are in a new reality. Amalks. No, I don't really meditate daily, but I try to go on walks daily, and that's a form of meditation. A long walk into the forest or somewhere. That's a form of meditation that I do because now I have a child, I have a small baby in the room, and it's very difficult to find peace and quiet alone time for meditation. But when I was back in Malaysia, I used to meditate quite often. Yes, there is no alteration because everything exists and it will always exist in the mind of God. There is no death or finishing or completion of something in the divine mind. Divine mind, once it imagines something, it always exists. It may not be in your experience, just like I gave an example of dead people. Dead people pass away from this existence, but they still exist in another world and in another world, and they always will exist. There is no death or there is no non-existence of a thing in the divine mind. So changing a past is not possible, but moving to a new reality where that past did not never existed, that's what revision does. Thank you, Alex. Galaxy Galaxy Angel Girl, you guys usernames are fantastic. So how do you deal with the immediate environment is frequently if you live in a chaotic environment, the best thing that you can do is meditate on stillness if you can find a way, because if you are not still in the mind, it is very difficult to choose the new reality or choose a new self concept or choose a new imaginal scene. And if what you are saying that people poke in your business too much during the day, whatever happens, it's fine. If you feel angry, you can. If you feel frustrated, if you feel sad, it's all right. But at night before sleep, try to meditate, still your mind, and then imagine your desired reality. Those 10 to 15 minutes before sleep are crucial because they build your next days. They build your new reality. The moment you fall asleep, in whichever state you fall asleep at night, that builds your next days. So if you can nail the last few minutes of night, then throughout the day doesn't matter. All the garbage and people poking your business and a stressful situation, they don't matter as long as you can nail the last 10 to 15 minutes of night where you imagine your desired reality. So that will build your next days, how you like your life to be. So that's how you can deal with that. Nick, uh, my advice is to focus on yourself. If you focus on them, what are they doing? What are they thinking about? You are creating a reality where you are putting them on pedestal and removing your own self-worth, right? So what I would do in that situation is I would go out on a gym and work out, or I would do something fun like go for a walk, or you know go have some fun, some adventure or something like that, basically, or work on something that I'm passionate about and bring the focus inward, and at the same time holding the intention that everything is working out for me perfectly. They are thinking about me or whatever, or they want me, or whatever your end is, holding that intention that that is already my case, that is already my reality. So meanwhile, I'm gonna do the things that I'm passionate about. Because when people obsessively think about text messages and what is happening, I need to know what they're thinking about, you're giving your power away, you're giving your power of creation away, and then you basically, uh, your mind cannot shut off and you keep the old reality going. Simply yet sophisticated. So exactly, yes, you do not have to feel elevated emotions and feeling like $1 million all day. That's not what living in the end means. Living in the end means that you have accepted the fact that what you want is yours, or you choose it. Even if you don't feel like you have it, you claim it, you repeat it. This is how you build a new concept. You, no matter what happens, you still choose that I am, fill in the blank. Like, I am abundant, no, I am healthy, no, I am this, no, I am this, no, I'm this, no matter what reality shows you. And there are so many examples of people who felt like absolute shit while they were, but they kept on choosing their desired reality, and it manifested. Emotions and thoughts do not manifest. It is your state of being that manifests, your self concept, and you're repeatedly choosing what you want. Sometimes you don't know what you want. Arjit, when you don't know what you want, just feel gratitude. Number one thing. That's the best thing that you can do. Just feel grateful for what you already have. Even small things, right? Like, I have a roof on my head, I have a good food, um, whatever, right? There are so many things. When you feel gratitude for things that you already have, you build up your vibration of abundance, and more good things will start flowing your way. Many things. And then you will, of course, good things, everybody wants them, right? And so you will eventually start to build up a beautiful vibrational alignment of all the good things coming your way. So if you don't know what you want, feel gratitude, practice gratitude. Harmonic waves, yes. Because if you keep on remembering the past as it happened, you cannot create your future the way you want, right? Because if you fixate on a version of them that did you wrong, then they are gonna keep on doing that. It is a very difficult and emotional thing to do, but you have to realize you are the source of your reality. It's not them. Um, it's not this or that or the other. You gotta own up to your reality as a complete and full accountability and authority. You gotta take it all. So you gotta remember them. If you want to remember them differently, you can, but you can just completely wipe the slate clean from the past and imagine a version of them in the now moment that you prefer, and no longer try to make them amends for the past, because then it keeps on playing out, right? For example, there is no such thing as no to consciousness. If I tell you to think about a pink elephant, you will think about a pink elephant. There is no such thing as don't. So when you say I don't want them to do this, I don't want, they did me dirty, I don't want them to, consciousness does not understand that. Consciousness is thinking, oh, this behavior you are imagining, you are emotionally charging it, so it will give you more of it. So it's like a self-sabotaging cycle. So you don't want to do that. Stella, there is no one in your reality to tell you that something is not yours. Only you can do that. So uh, never say that, oh, this concept that something better will come. Whatever you say is true in your reality. It's the law of being. It's the law of being. Whatever your state of being is gonna manifest. And deadline, again, I said, do not consider time. uh, Maybe this thing that you want will come in another shape or form that you don't know in a few days later. But if you keep on accepting that, if you keep thinking about the deadline, often people fail at the deadline because they're way too focused on the deadline. They are in fear of the deadline rather than the fulfillment. So this is why deadlines usually don't work. But if you can focus on the fulfillment rather than the deadline, it is possible. So usually I like to not consider time. And I say, okay, if it manifests on the deadline, fine. If it doesn't manifest on the deadline, fine. I already have it in the most synchronistic and harmonious way. So I don't care. So you remove all the conditioning and you just appropriate the state of having it. And then somewhere, somehow it will happen. Arjit, the same thing. You feel gratitude, and universe will bring you what is best for you. If you don't know what you want, it's still gonna be brought to you, because your subconscious knows what you want. You may consciously not know what you want, but your subconscious knows. So when you feel gratitude, when you feel appreciation for what you already have in life, the subconscious is gonna bring all the things that you want, that you don't know you want, in your life automatically. Rachel, you know in which state you are in by the repeated thoughts that you are feeling and thinking. For example, when you're about to pay some bills, you feel that you don't have enough money and you're thinking, oh no, I don't have enough money. That's your state of being. And if you don't get a text from your so called SP, you feel like they don't love you. You are in a state of lovelessness. So it's your habitual thoughts that keep on happening. For you to know that, you gotta observe your thoughts, that you keep on going. It's habitual thoughts, not one-off thought like, oh, it's a cute puppy. No, it's like consistent, repeated thoughts. That's your state of being. Yes, that's the state of being in the flow, right? Being in the, this is what Abraham Hicks teaches, to be always in the state of flow, always in the state of gratitude, that everything is always working out for me. This affirmation from Florence Kovachin, that everything is always working out for me. I am looking at the marvelous things that are coming my way. So you build this concept that everything is always working out for you, and you're always expecting good things to come your way. That is the state of being, where everything you want, you just accept it as it coming your way, and then you will start seeing things happening that way. Thank you so much. I am appreciate you. Can you ever mess up your What do you mean by mess up? You mean opposite of what you want? Is that what you mean? Thank you, Harmonic Waves. Thank you. Can you heal health using? Thank you, CP8X. You're welcome. Can you heal health using? Man, yes, there are a lot of people, there are a lot of success stories of people who have done it without any external activity. So it's possible. But I never advise people to go into manifestation when they are feeling acute health issues, right? When you're really in distress, always go to the medical doctors. But after that, when you feel stable, it is always 100% helpful to always imagine that you possess health within as a divine gift of God. So you can say that I am brimming with vitality and I feel like my health is improving every day. Now you don't have to check immediately when you say that, because that's the trap. The moment you check it, you will feel the pain, you will feel the issues, and then you will be like, nothing is changing. We are building a new concept, a new reality in mind alone. So when you say these things, you can imagine that this is my fourth dimensional higher self I'm talking with. So I don't care about the 3D in the now moment. Health is my divine gift from God, because God is all life, all love, all health. So I'm channeling that energy within me, and I'm saying that I am divine life, I'm divine health, I'm divine vitality in the now moment, in the fourth dimensional self, not in the 3D. And you don't check the 3D. And after a few days, you may start to see the differences automatically. You don't want to check. That's number one thing, because the moment we check, we empower the old reality to come back. I am 20, I am 2020. That's a very theological question. uh, Religion and manifestation do not work together, because I'm gonna just be raw here and real here, because you see, religion puts all power in some external god, and when you do that, then you have no say in the matter. So without saying anything more in that regard, I will tell you that you internally experience your spirituality by applying the law. If the law works, that means this is the truth, right? I believe in practical spirituality. What's the point of spirituality which does not work? Which does not enhance your life? And that's what most religions do. They don't really give you anything. You keep praying to the external god, nothing happens. But when you apply manifestation, it works. That's practical spirituality right there, right? So just experiment, just practice. Don't think too much about the religious dogma. With experience, you will realize on your own that yes, the truth is within me and I can experience it from within. And the more you do it, the more you experience it. And then the more you build your own worldview from within and your own spiritual outlook of the world from within. The guilt that you feel is uh, you the more you experience your manifestation coming to fruition, the guilt should tell you that that's a lie, right? That's a lie. Then if you are being successful in your mental imagination, then all that you believe and the guilt that you believe is a lie, right? It cannot coexist. It can never ever coexist. Only one thing can be true. Okay, the opposite shows up when you're old, because here's the thing, you don't manifest just one thought, you manifest your whole identity. So your whole identity, years of programming and years of all the garbage that we carry, everything comes with it, with you all together. So when opposite shows up is your old identity trying to, just like I recently made the video, why universe tests you before you get what you want. That's the last test. When opposite shows up, don't accept it. That's the moment. So many people get what they want right after the seeming failure, the last failure. Oh, it doesn't happen. For example, my flat story I tell so many times. It was already gone, right? The money was not here. It was not happening. It was so-called a failed manifestation. The opposite showed up, but at that moment I still said, I am still with my vision, and the vision is complete. I don't care. I rejected the seeming failure, the seeming opposite, and within 2 weeks it happened. So don't accept the failure, don't accept the seeming opposite of what you want. Still stay firm in your ground. That is the last test of your old identity. If you pass that test, I kid you not, you will see the results right after that. That's what persistence is. This is what persistence is. Thank you, brother. I am much appreciated. Or sister, I'm sorry. I don't know. By just by your name. Yuki, coaches come from their own perspective too, right? No coach is 100% right. As I recently made a video, beware of half truths. It's in the book The Kabbalion. It says every truth is but half truth. There is always a new perspective of everything. Ultimately, what you believe in is gonna manifest, right? So a coach may tell you one thing, their method may work. Every coach has their own method that they like, and it works for them. But you must develop your own method. But the simplest method is that you stay in the wish fulfilled as already having it. Is don't think about it's gonna come in the future, even though that may work, right? You can build a positive expectation that it's coming, just like when you buy something on Amazon and you're waiting for your package to arrive. You can even do that. But ultimately, you want to build the state of being that you have it, and you already are fulfilled. It nothing can push your manifestation further. Nothing. There is no, only it you can push your manifestation by thinking in future, like I'm gonna get what I want next year. Then it's gonna, you have pushed it to next year. Don't put time. This is why I say never put time in your consciousness. Always say that you have what you want right now, and then universe will find the perfect time. Your greater self, uh, the infinite intelligence within you will find the perfect timing. As Neville Gar says, each seed has its own appointed hour. The appointed hour we don't know, we can never guess that. So nothing can push. If you don't put time into your consciousness regarding what you want, you claim it in the now moment, that's it. You're not pushing it further, you're not bringing it closer. It's already a fact in the fourth dimension in your mind, and it's going to be a fact here at the perfect timing devised by the infinite intelligence. Thank you, Brimo. Yes, I encourage people to watch such videos like mine and other creators to stay aligned, right? A lot of people say stop watching manifestation videos or consciousness. No, they're great to keep you in a state of fulfillment. So thank you if you feel like my videos are relaxing to you. Okay, Sally, you can imagine multiple scenes. Whenever you think about your desire, imagine the end in the daytime whenever you feel like it. You don't have to repeatedly imagine something like a strict schedule. You just want to feel the reality of it whenever you think about it. So you got multiple desires, keep planting seeds throughout the day. Whenever you think about it, plant the seed that you have it. You can imagine it. Plant the seed of everything and it will grow eventually. As I said, the perfect timing is devised by the infinite intelligence. So if the desires don't connect, doesn't matter. Just plant the seed individually whenever you think about them. A very short scene or even just an image, right? For example, you want a certain amount of money, you just see it in your bank app, like it's there. Or you can just say that, oh, I got 50K in my bank account. I'm so abundant. You see, you keep planting seeds. Yes, Brimo, I did that. Yes, specific person, absolutely. Very specific one. One, yes, you can do that. Power builder. Yes, if excessive doubt means that you are living in a state of being where you don't have it, right? So whenever you feel doubt, if the emotions come, you feel them fully. I never advocate for burying your emotions down and forcing positive feelings. No, you feel what you want, but ultimately identify with your supreme authority and supreme identity of being one with God. That is, the last word is yours. Whatever happens in 3D, whatever happens in your own emotions and feelings does not matter. The last word is always yours. So you feel the doubt, but at the end of it, say, I still have it. It's coming. I'm ready for it. It's here. It's in my consciousness. It's mine. Whatever makes you feel aligned with it. Last words is always yours. Feeling is not, feeling is just a, you give rise to feelings from your state of being. Yes, please rewrite your question if they're missed because I'm getting a lot of the feed is moving fast. Rare, rare Sherry, don't worry about the house. Don't worry about the apartment. You need to just embody the state of being with him in where you want to be with him. It doesn't matter. Just hold the intention that you are in Russia and you're together and it has all worked out and you feel satisfied. And you can just imagine a generic apartment with generic building, um, walls. Just know that you are there and it's happening now. It doesn't matter if you change apartments or not. It doesn't ruin your manifestation. It's the intention behind it. It's not the fine-tuned details. They never truly matter. What details Neville Goddard was talking about was feeling, touch, uh, smell, vision, all these. If you can add those, perfect. But you don't need to absolutely fine tune every single detail in an area. It's about the intention behind it. Mike, though that answer was Abraham Hicks answer was for somebody who does not know what they want. So in that case, you can just feel gratitude when you don't know what you want. That when you don't have a clear direction. But when you have a clear direction, you don't need to feel happy emotions of gratitude. You just know what you want. just assume it and imagine it, whatever. But you don't need to do any process when you clearly know what you want. Just assume of already having it. So, but when you don't know what you want, then there are other techniques of feeling gratitude, feeling abundant, whatever. Raya, there is no problem with feeling negative thoughts and feeling the frustration. But as I said, the last word is yours. After that, you have had your outburst of emotions or whatever, who do you identify as? You gotta still choose your desired reality. That is the moment. What the last word is, that the last laugh is that what counts, not all other stuff, all emotions and feelings and thoughts. At the end of the day, if you choose who you say that you are, that's what matters. CP8X. As I said, your entire identity manifests, not a small part of you. So you may imagine that you are with your SP, but also you may feel that you are never chosen, or men or women betray you, or you have been in bad relationships. So that's about that would you feel too. So, for example, you may feel like you are with him, but at the same time, you may feel like he will not choose you because you don't feel chosen. So this is why sometimes self-concept is important. So you wanna build everything. If you feel like you're at basically your whole identity manifests. So examine within yourself. Do you insidiously believe in this other, where you never feel chosen? Is that the case? There was some question about a cat. I'm so sorry that you lost your cat. It must be difficult. And uh, you could imagine before sleep, because it's a very emotional thing for you, and sometimes it's difficult to see that. But what you could do is just imagine somebody telling you, some family member, that they have found the cat, and it's we have found the cat, and it's healthy and everything is fine. Just just feel the relief of already having the cat with you. Somebody can tell you in your imagination. And throughout the day, if you look at the picture and you feel like she's not here, uh, you can repeat something like, there is no loss in divine mind. There is no loss in divine mind. My cat is not lost. So you can slowly, gently remind yourself that there is no loss in divine mind, and my cat is not lost. So whenever you feel like, oh, but she's not here, but you can say that there is no loss in divine mind. In the mind of God, there is no loss. So the cat is not lost. Raya, this is why I talk about so much about being your super identity, being the individualized aspect of God, right? As a human, you will never be enough for anything. But as the individualized aspect of God, you have divine inheritance to have everything. Literally everything is your inheritance. From that empowered state, you feel the power that I have. It's all mine by divine right of being the son or daughter of God, or being an individualized aspect of God. But as a human, you will never feel good enough. So always identify with your spiritual self, not your human ego, not your human identity, but you being a spirit having a temporary experience, and your consciousness is bringing light to everything. You're the light of this world. So this empowered state is from where you can feel the power of being worthy of everything by default. By default, you don't have to do something to be worthy. You are worthy by default because you're one with God. Brimo, I was perhaps 24, 25 years old when I came across this information. Sally, I go for walks when I'm really, really stressed out but about something. I physically move and go for walks, and then I have inner conversation with myself, and I build myself up in the positive light of my desired reality. That's how I do it. Amina, again, the answer that I given, you can never forgive yourself from your human perspective. Who can absolutely forgive? God. And when you realize that this is a temporary experience and all the mistakes are part of it, you can forgive yourself by knowing that at the end of the day, I am one with God and everything is mine by default. So even if I mess up, the only person who can judge me is myself. So I'm going to remove the judgment because mistakes are part of a human experience, but this is a temporary experience and I'm not just a human. And all forgiveness, all glory, all blessing, all retribution, whatever the word is, resurrection is mine by default. So I can choose to let my past self go, whoever made the mistakes, and I choose to be now in my desired reality where I am forgiven and I am already uh, and what I need to do is already done by divine guidance within me. It's okay, Nick. It's as a pet and family is a very, very emotional thing, right? It's very difficult. So because there is a lot of love involved and memories. But if you understand that there is no loss in divine mind, there is no death, there is no loss in divine mind, one way or another, you will see uh, it being proven to you. It will be proven to you that there is truly no loss in divine mind. Yes, Brimo, it absolutely changed everything. But I don't discuss this stuff with anybody who does not want it to be known. So I don't really talk about it with family or friends because they don't really know about it. And it's pointless to tell somebody things that they don't want to know. So I keep it to myself. Yuki, yes, you can imagine you have um, already received your PhD. Uh, Whatever you can see it on a piece of paper, or you can see uh, the ceremony where they award you the PhD, or you can whatever it means, whatever your end is, go to the end. Don't think like I am doing PhD, so I'm in the 3D does not matter. It's the vision at the end of the day that manifests. So if you imagine that it's already done, then you're gonna be led to the smooth experience of you having a nice PhD experience and it being done very harmoniously. Is there any specific practice do you? The best practice that you can do is to silence. Try to be try to silence your mind and just stay in the state of silence, because what silence does is it makes you blank. It removes all the garbage and the mental chatter that is going in your mind. And from silence, you can realize that you're not your thoughts, you're not your feelings, because you can stay silent. Who is this awareness behind me that is silently observing everything? That is the essence of God. CP8X. I said, talked about revision. Don't remember that he is married, and don't remember that you revise that experience that he is already married to me. Shift into that reality where that past doesn't exist and you're already married. Don't give thought to he being married to somebody, or no. Shift into the reality where that past doesn't exist. You're not changing this reality. You're not changing. It's already here, but you remember it differently, and shift into that reality. And then you will see that the you will seamlessly shift to that reality where what you want, it exists in its natural state. You're welcome, Lucian Infinity. Everything is possible, but it's the law of being. It's your state of being. What you accept to be true is possible. But if you want me to tell you that, I will tell you that everything is possible. Absolutely. There are no limitations to God. Okay, I think we have answered quite a lot of questions. I don't see too many new questions, but I will stick around for 4 or 5 more minutes. If you guys have any questions, shoot them in the chat. But otherwise, I think it's been a nice experience. I wanted to know what you guys think about, or what you're going through. Yes, Jenny, it will always be difficult if you identify with human self. This is why I talk about the idea of being one with God so much. Because the human, by very definition, is limited. Human consciousness, we are mortal, and human experience is full of limitations. But you must know that you are not just that. You're more than that. And this is not just one experience and after that you will be finished. You will have infinite experiences, and you are one with the infinite mind. And so there is no end to you. So you are worthy because you are one with God. And since God has everything, who can deny you except yourself, your own consciousness? So that's how you build this identity, that you're worthy by default of everything because you're one with God, not because of this human persona, not because Jenny. Yes, Jessica, you can even say the name if you want. That he has paid me, this has happened, I'm so grateful, I'm so satisfied that it has all happened harmoniously, that this person is called. You can absolutely do that. Raya, there is no confirmation that you will look outside, right? You cannot look outside for confirmation. The only confirmation is your imagination, and you stop looking in the 3D. Once you have revised your scene, just claim that has happened now. It is done. There's gonna be no signs. Maybe you will see signs or maybe not. But when we look for signs, we come from a lack of being. So knowing is deciding. Knowing is no different than deciding in consciousness. When you know something, when you decide something, you know it to be the case in the mind of God as truth right now, and then it will unfold automatically. It's only when you start questioning it again, then you shift into two opposite realities, hot and cold behavior. Yes, silence you can practice in meditation for like 10-15 minutes. Harmonic waves, you wanna let go of the past because your whole identity manifests, right? Everything manifests. So if you feel resentful, then you are keeping a part of him that will make you feel resentful in the future. So it's all about knowing that you are the source. And if you do not want it to be played out into the future, then it's kind of a baggage. It's an emotional baggage that is dragging you down, right? It's it's lowering your potential. So you wanna choose yourself in self-love. This is self-sacrifice in self-love, that I'm sacrificing that past because I love myself and I choose myself and I choose the best version of him, so I don't care about the resentful moments that happened in the past. You're welcome, Amina. Nick, death is something that even Neville Goddard and all spiritual teachers talk about. That is the passing of a soul, it's the progression of their journey. They chose to die and move to another world. So it's kind of a selfish for us to want them to be in this reality again where they don't want to. So that's their world. But Neville Goddard has seen in his imagination where he had out of body experiences basically. You can leave this body and you can shift into other worlds where they exist. The dead people are there, they're living their lives. And you can, in higher realms, not here physically, but in imagination, in dreams, and out of body experiences, you can meet the dead. They're still here. The ancestors are still here. But it's their decision to pass away from this physical experience and move to other realms. So that is something, this is why it's discouraged to not do voodoo and speak to spirits, because it's a slippery slope. You got andromatitis. You could go to the end, and if you want to be pregnant, you could see that. This is what I saw. This is what I did. I imagined that uh, I'm a father, basically. That's what I imagined. I didn't try to fix the health condition. I imagined my end, basically. Yes, Lucian Infinity. Don't think that you are preparing very well. Imagine that you've already passed the bar exam. What is your end? Are you celebrating it with a dinner with friends and family, or can you see the that you have passed? Basically, go to the end that is already done. Don't think about preparing hard for it. Okay, guys, this has been a nice experience. I've answered a lot of questions, and we've been going on for an hour. So I will try to do more of these in the future. So you guys stay tuned. I will announce them whenever I get the time. and enjoy the rest of your day or whatever, evening or noon. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Thank you for joining.